you guys doing today? My name is Anima and today we have a special talk. This time we're going to be talking about megas. Now I've been hesitating from doing this. I've been hesitating about doing this because I think a lot of other people are doing it and I don't want to, I don't know, I feel like a lot of people have been talking about this, but you know what? Why the hell not? Why don't we talk about the new megas? There's no reason not to, because they're very exciting, and I feel more equipped to talk about them right now because I have just seen all of their stats. So basically I'm going to be putting a link to where I obtained all these stats in the description down below, where you guys can go and check it out, and basically what's going to occur is we're just going to sit here and we're going to talk about them for a little while. Now, first up on the analysis on the podium, I don't know what I'm talking about, is going to be Mega Steelix. I am so excited about this thing. He looks so cool. He's got a fan coming out of his face. This is something I've always aspired to have. And he looks like some fish snake thing with all the swirly things. I wish I had those. I'd like a bunch of swirly things on me. It would really have impact, you know, for job interviews, all that kind of stuff. But his ability, becomes Sand Force, which will power up his ground type moves. So we're getting a stab EQ with the Sand Force under the support of Sandstorm, of course. And his defense goes right the way up to 230. His attack goes up to 125, getting a 40-point increase from its previous 85, where he's a non-mega. And basically, I think that's amazing. He's going to get 95 special defense, which puts him, you know, fairly respectable special defense, that is, and he used to have 65, so this is very interesting. It's very good indeed. You could run a max special defense, max attack, max HP, cursing, resting, gyro balling, ridiculous EQ Steelix, and that would just hit so hard. It would be so ridiculous. I think it would be amazing, but also hell, also really annoying and hard to beat. You could also run Rest Talk, and that would just be a pain in the ass, but you know, that's just me talking. That's just me kind of talking about potential things. But I do really like the look of his stats. I think he's going to be pretty cool. I'm going to guess that he's going to be in UU. I can't see him creeping up to OU particularly well, just because Mega Aggron, I think right now, is in UU. UU, OU, these things sound really confusing. For those of you who don't know, they basically refers to the percentage of uses. So if something is more common, it will be delegated to OU. If something is lesser common, it will go below that. Overused, underused, rarely used, never used, and so on and so forth. So, let's move on to the next Pokemon, which is Mega Glalie, and it's become a mouth. It's got a big, pointy, spiky ice thing through its head, which I think is fetching. I think that's very fetching indeed. But it does get access to Refrigerate when it megas, and for those of you who don't know, Refrigerate converts normal type moves into ice type moves, which means it gets stab same type attack bonus on otherwise normal type moves. And as I'm looking at the moves it has access to right now, it gets access to Explosion, which is a normal type move, base 250 power. Glalie's stats are attack is 120, special attack is 120, HP is like 80, defenses are both 80, and speed is 100, so we've got a fairly fast Refrigerate Explosion. That's cool. That's ice cool. Oh my god, South 5. Anyway, that was terrible. Anyway, so he's gonna get access to this Refrigerate Explosion, which is crazy. So if he's invested in attack, he doesn't even have to be. A lot of people run walls that just have like that just explode after they're finished doing their thing, and I think that's really cool. I think it's gonna be awesome. I think it's gonna hit really, really hard. But of course, you should do more than just explode in people's faces. You do have access to hazards. You have access to like Ice Beam, of course, and you can Hyper Beam if you're gonna be that guy. But it's got since it has like decent attack and decent special attack, you could run a mixed Glalie, and that's kind of interesting. I think that's very interesting indeed. I'm not sure if it has access to Recover now that I think about it. No, that's someone else. That's the other Snowflake. What's the thing with the snowflake looking things? Why don't we have like a ball of fire? Why don't we have that? Why don't we just have like a grass petal? I don't know. Anyway, let's move on to Mega Camerupt, my favorite camel. And I really like Mega Camerupt. I'm so excited for Mega Camerupt. I can't tell you how excited I am because it gets Sheer Force. And Sheer Force, for those of you who don't know, boosts the power of attacks that have secondary effects. So secondary effects basically means lowering special defense, lowers special attack, things like that inflict those possible chances onto the opponent will get boosted, but that effect will be removed. So in the case of Earth Power, which has a chance to lower the defending Pokemon's special defense by 10% chance to lower the defending Pokemon's special defense. The effect will be removed, but the attack will be a lot stronger. So we're gonna have these earth powers and flamethrowers and fire blasts and all kinds of stuff coming from this camera, and I'm so excited for that. I can't even tell you. And it actually has access to flash cannon as well, which has a secondary effect, I believe. Let's quickly look that up. Yes, it has the same effect as sheer force. Same effect as earth power. You can tell this is unscripted. So it's, you know, I think we're gonna have some powerful flash cannons, which is really nice. And a very common Pokemon, a commonly known Pokemon with sheer force are the Nidos, the Nido royalty, Nido King and Nido Queen. And Nido King in particular that I'm thinking of just hits so hard, and its special attack isn't even that amazing, but it's because of the sheer force that it runs away with doing all these things. Of course it has sheer force Life Orb, which will boost it a lot, but I have faith in Camerupt with that 145 special attack and the decent bulk, 100s in both stats, 105 in special defense. Oh dear, I want to sneeze. It's not the time, we're recording! And it has 120 attack, so me personally, I actually really like running a mixed subbing Camerupt, so we'll just have to see what happens. I don't know if my little Humphrey will be getting an upgrade. It's totally gonna get an upgrade. I'm gonna run all the megas. I'm gonna at least try. We're gonna go for it, and so it's gonna be jokes. We're just gonna see what happens. So our next Pokemon that we're gonna be talking about is Mega Metagross. And Mega Metagross's stats are like, oh, they're so dreamy. It gets 110 speed, so that, like, Xbox thing with its, like, giant, like, I don't know, it's just so big and heavy. It's gonna be, like, zooming around, which I think is hilarious. I think that's so great. And it gets access to Tough Claws, which is funny indeed. Which is kind of like, yeah, that's okay. And its attack goes up by 10 points, going from 135 to 145. Its defense goes from 130 to 150, which is pretty handsome. Special attack is 105, which means it's like not terrible. That's actually not terrible. And it's got special defense and speed of 110. So this thing is a bulky mother lover, and fast. It's bulky and fast. Basically, it's just ridiculous. I think it's going to be crazy. I'm so interested in Mega Metagross. After looking at these stats, I'm so crazy interested in this. I think 145 attack is amazing. I think that speed is amazing. I think it's going to be able to clean up something awful. I really do. And plus, it still gets access to Priority Bullet Punch, so never forget. Never forget Metagross. Never ever forget. That thing is so powerful. And now, we're going to be talking about Mega Pidgeot. I speculated that this thing would get a boost in special attack just because it gets no guard. And no guard on Pidgeot isn't, like, amazing. Unless you're running Hurricane, which is a very inaccurate move. Indeed, it's got that 70%, which, as we all know, basically means 50%. So, but it gets a boost going from 70 to 135 special attack. I do believe that's similar to Mega Manectric, if not the same. I'm not really sure. But that is going to be 135 perfectly accurate Hurricanes. Bang, bang, bang. And Hurricane is like... Oh my god, that was a lot of dings. Okay, right. It's not telling me... It's not telling me... Oh no, for some reason it wasn't searching for Hurricane, but whatever. Hurricane is base 110 power, so that's like a really wickedly strong move with perfect accuracy. Flying type stab. Flying type is a really great offensive type, just as Talonflame. And it also, I don't know, it's just gonna be really good, okay? It's just gonna be really, really, really good. But I mean, like... While I say that, you do get perfectly accurate Stone Edges as well, and its speed goes up to, that's so Stone Edge is going against it, which isn't going to be amazing. But in saying that, you're not going to keep your Pidgeot in on something that can potentially Stone Edge you. Yeah, so... But as well, its speed goes up to 121. I do believe that still doesn't outspeed Greninja. I'm not completely sure. I think it might tie with Greninja. I think Greninja's 122, so... Hello, Ice Beam! That's not going to be very fun, but... Hello, Hurricane! Greninja's not going to be able to take that. So I'm excited about Mega Pidgeot. I am. I'm more excited than I thought I'd be, which is something interesting. But okay, it's getting progressively more exciting. I mean, I say that, but I'm really excited about Mega Metagross. Oh my god. And Steelix, to be honest. Oh my god, I've just ignore what I just said. Everything is cool. Everything is amazing. So we're going to talk about Mega Gallade. It gets Inner Focus, which I'm like, Okay, yeah, so no fake out. Okay, right, I see. Okay, that's okay. But it also gets access to this whopping 165 attack. I don't even know what to do with that attack stat. I think that's amazing. I think that's so funny. I think that's great. 165, and Glade's coverage is really good. It has access to like Drain Punch, so it has recovery. It gets access to Shadow Sneak. It has access to Ice Punch, Knockoff. This thing... I'm so serious, this thing is going to be a problem. It feels like, just because of the typing, it feels like a new Mega Medicham type thing, but it lacks pure power, which means it's going to be hitting slightly less hard than Mega Medicham, but it's pretty bulky. The special defense stays at 115, the defense goes up to 95, going up from 65 to 95, so that means we've got a fairly decently bulky Pokemon on our hands, and its speed becomes 110. So I'm like, wow. 110 speed with 165 attack, and that bulk is like, yay. The HP is still 68, which isn't amazing, but with the defenses being the way they are, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And Gallade itself could take a decent special beating. That sounds really weird. A decent special beating. Before going down anyway, so... I don't know, man. I think Glade / Batman is going to be amazing. I think it's so cool. I think it's got its funny arm blades. It looks like it's got these water wings that are very advanced. I don't really know. And it has a cape, and I think that's great. I would like a cape as well. Well done, Gamefreak. Well done. And now, okay, I'm going to take a sip. The moment that I've been waiting for this whole video. That's Mega Beedrill. Oh my god, I'm so like... What? I think that's so great. It gets adaptability, so we're getting... Okay, and let me talk about these stats before I go crazy. Okay, it gets an attack stat of 150 going up from 90. It gets a speed stat of 145. Frankly, everybody, those are the only stats you need to pay attention to. Its defenses aren't amazing. Special defense is 80, which is sort of okay, I guess. And its HP is like 65, so the less we talk about that, the better. We're not even going to look at the special attack stat. But they took from the special attack stat and put it towards other stats, which is amazing. I think that's great. They've optimized it. And we're going to be getting these adaptability U-turns. Adaptability U-turns supported by 150 attack with that wicked speed. It's going to outspeed every single thing. It's going to be able to scout so viciously. So viciously. It's going to be like Genesect, practically. Maybe that's a bit too much, I don't know. But it's pretty crazy. That U-turn is going to hit like a damn bus. I don't even care who you are or where you come from. It's going to hit so hard and it's so fast. The trouble is, because you don't get your speed from your Mega until the second turn, I get the feeling that people are going to be wanting to run Protect just to be able to guarantee that they get that 145 speed before they start U-turning all over the place. But I am really excited. I like its design. It looks like some weird, like... I don't know what it looks like. It just... looks amazing. I think it looks cool. It looks like some kind of weird robot. But I like it a lot. I think it looks awesome. And it's got the adaptability Poison Jab and so on and so forth. Like, a Pokemon like Crawdaunt has adaptability. And I'd say without adaptability, Crawdaunt would be a lot less potent, just because adaptability knockoff was just so crazy. But we're going to be getting these adaptability U-turns, and I'm so... wildly excited for that. Mega Lucario got banned to Ubers because it had adaptability when it was a Mega, so it's like, what's gonna happen to Beedrill? Are we gonna be seeing Beedrill in Ubers? I don't think so, but we can dream, we can dream. But it's a really, I don't know, I just think it's a really great Pokemon, because Beedrill otherwise is quite underwhelming. But it has access to some decent moves, and if somebody wants to try and be clever using Fell Stinger, then be my guest. I would love to see somebody make that work. But yeah, it's going to have like U-turn, which is all I'm going to talk about, to be honest. It gets the powerful Poison Jab, boosted by adaptability, so bye-bye fairies! Hello Beedrill. Anyway, that's basically what I wanted to talk about Mega Beedrill, the game. And I would really love to hear your thoughts on the matter, your thoughts on who is looking like the most potent Mega. As I said at the beginning of the video, I'm going to be leaving a link to where I obtained the Mega stats, so that you guys can have like an informed decision. There are a lot of Pokemon I didn't talk about in terms of their stats, but I didn't want this video to go on for too long, and plus I wanted to focus on the Megas that I'm the most attracted to. Sexually, no, I shouldn't have said that. Anyway, I wanted to focus on those guys, because everybody's already talked about the other Megas, so I thought, why not, let's talk about these guys some. And, yeah, So have a look, please, and let me know what you think, because I would love to hear what you have to say on the matter. Who do you think is going to be really deadly? What do you think about Beedrill? That's the important question. And yes, so please go and do that, folks. But yeah, leave a like as well if you did enjoy the video. Just because it does help the channel out very much so, but of course you completely don't have to. I'm just happy to be talking with you about Pokemon, which is just like... man, I'm so excited for us, I can't even tell you. Anyway, I've been rambling on for long enough. More importantly than likes, comments, subscriptions, all of that jazz is for you all to take care of yourselves, and I will see you soon, my friends. Bye-bye!